Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. We talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm Roach Jeffrey, and subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Now, former Washington Huskies quarterback Sam Huard has transferred to Cal Poly. I'm going to break down his decision to transfer from Washington to Cal Poly and whether I think he made a good decision or not. Now, Sam Huard was a former five-star quarterback recruit. He was the top quarterback in the 2021 recruiting class, and he ended up committing to Washington out of high school. And a lot of programs wanted Sam Huard out of high school, and with good reason, because he has a lot of arm talent and he has a great pedigree. As you can see, he's the son of former Washington and NFL quarterback Damon Huard, which is why he committed to Washington. And his uncle, Brock Huard, was a Washington quarterback as well, and he also played in the NFL. So his dad and his uncle were both really good quarterbacks, and Sam Huard is looking to follow in their footsteps. So he committed to Washington, the program his dad and uncle played for. And again, he was the highest rated quarterback prospect in the 2021 recruiting class, and a lot of programs wanted Sam Huard, but he went to Washington, but he was behind Michael Penix. And see, that's the key. If Michael Penix had not transferred from Indiana to Washington for the 2022 season, Sam Huard probably would have been the starting quarterback as a true freshman at the Washington Huskies. But since Michael Penix transferred in, and Washington head coach Kalen DeBoer and Michael Penix had the connection that they had in Indiana, when Kalen DeBoer was the offensive coordinator and Penix was the quarterback for the Hoosiers, Kalen DeBoer decided to go with Michael Penix. And now for this upcoming year, you would think that Sam Huard will be the starting quarterback, but Michael Penix decided to return to Washington for his extra year of college football, and Sam Huard obviously wants to play college football now, so he's not going to stay at Washington, even though he could stay another year at Washington and wait for Michael Penix to graduate, and then Sam Huard would be the quarterback next year. But he decided to go ahead and enter the transfer portal so he could play this year so he doesn't have to be a backup quarterback. But he decided to enter the transfer portal and go to Cal Poly. Now, why would he go to Cal Poly, you might ask? Because Sam Huard, being the former five-star quarterback that he was, you would think would be able to transfer to almost any program in college football. You would think there would be a lot of programs that would want to take Sam Huard out of the transfer portal and he could immediately be the starting quarterback. But he decided to transfer to Cal Poly, an FCS program whose offensive coordinator Sheldon Cross actually coached Sam Huard when he was in high school. Now, as you can see, when he was in high school, he threw for 13,214 passing yards and 153 touchdowns. So looking into all that, Sam Huard transferred to Cal Poly to reunite with his former high school head coach, who's now the offensive coordinator at Cal Poly, and they obviously have a great connection, just like Michael Penix and Kalen DeBoer do at Washington. And Sam Huard doesn't want to wait for Michael Penix to graduate, and he wants to play now, so he decided to transfer to Cal Poly so he could have a phenomenal year at an FCS program, with their offensive coordinator being his former high school head coach. And I think that Sam Huard will probably light it up at Cal Poly. So I think this was a really good decision for Sam Huard, because if he doesn't want to stay at Cal Poly, he can always transfer back to Washington, potentially. I'm sure that Kalen DeBoer would take him back once Michael Penix is going to be graduating. I think that Sam Huard could transfer back to Washington and play for the Huskies next year, or Sam Huard could go to another program in the Power 5 and play after a year at Cal Poly to get some experience and playing time. Or he could decide to have a 3 or 4 year career at Cal Poly and then decide to go to the NFL draft, especially if he has a great career there. And you look at players like Carson Wentz, who was at North Dakota State, or Tony Romo at Eastern Illinois. There's a lot of quarterbacks that played at smaller schools, and I think that Sam Huard could possibly follow that path, have a great career at Cal Poly, not have a lot of competition, gain a lot of experience, and then go to the NFL, and then be able to transfer that talent over to the National Football League. Or Sam Huard could take this 1 year at Cal Poly that he has, the offensive coordinator at Cal Poly and Sam Huard have great connection. He'll have a great season there, and then he can enter the transfer portal and go back to Washington and reunite with Kalen DeBoer, or he could transfer to another Power 5 program after this 1 year at Cal Poly and then be able to gain experience at the Power 5 and then decide to go to the NFL. But at the end of the day, I think this is most likely going to be a good decision for Sam Huard. He could have stayed behind Michael Penix and gained experience from him and then end up being the Washington Huskies starting quarterback the next season. But I think that going to a smaller school like Cal Poly, reuniting with your former high school head coach, I think he could have a really good year at Cal Poly and then decide to transfer back to the Power 5, or sit at Cal Poly, have a great career, and then go to the NFL that way. So it's really going to be interesting to see how Sam Huard's decision works out for him. But for Cal Poly, I think this is a great decision to get Sam Huard, because it's going to bring a lot of recognition to the program. And if you're able to keep him for 3 or 4 years and have a great career there, then this will be an awesome addition for them. If they only have him for 1 year and then he transfers back to Washington or to another Power 5 program, it's still a good addition addition for Cal Poly anyway to have him for a year, but its impact will be lessened than if they were able to keep him for 3 or 4 years. But I think most likely for Sam Huard, this is a really good decision to transfer to Cal Poly. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Like this video down below. Comment down below what you think of Sam Huard's decision to transfer from Washington to Cal Poly and whether you think it's going to work out for him or not. And I will see you next time.